Welcome to Flashback Recap. I'm Mike,
And I'm Patty, and we watch horror movies from our childhoods.
and see if they still hold up today.
We have to perk it up a little bit here, because I got things to say about this movie.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Are you ready to go?
Let's just do it.
Let's
God
do it. Hey,
bless it.
everybody. Hope you
Hey.
enjoyed your Halloween.
Yes, happy belated Halloween.
Oh, that's right.
And
You know
boy,
what?
do we have a scary one for you.
For Thanksgiving. The only scary part about this is that it was ever made.
Oh my God, that's what I'm saying. You really know how to pick 'em, pal.
See, I love terrible movies.
I do
This,
too, but this is beyond that.
see, I think. Oh, so you don't think this reaches the level of awesomely bad or so bad it's good?
No.
No? Oh, see, I do.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I think it's
No,
terrible.
like that to me would be like Zombievers. That movie was so bad that it was good. Or what's the one that I think it was Jenna Jameson was in? There was zombies and it was, strippers, zombie strippers or something. Also so bad that it was like wildly entertaining. I mean, she was shooting like pool balls out of her hoo-ha. I mean, so like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's some really bad movies that are good because they're so bad. In my opinion, this does not qualify. But anyway, let's get into it.
Okay. ThanksKilling, directed by Jordan Downey, written by Kevin Stewart and Jordan Downey, with additional dialogue by Brad Schultz, Anthony Wilson, and Grant Yappy, starring Natasha Cordova, Lindsay Anderson, Lance Predmore, and Jordan Downey. Released December 6th, 2008.
The wiki summary is a possessed turkey terrorizes five college students during Thanksgiving break. And the flashback fun facts are the number one song is Live Your Life by T.I. featuring Rihanna. Four Christmases starring Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon is the number one movie. Beginning on December of '08, social media website MySpace is hemorrhaging users in favor of the cooler site, the Facebook. And on December 11th of this year, the remains of Casey Anthony's 2-year-old daughter Kaylee are discovered in a wooded area near her house. It would take almost 3 years before Casey Anthony was found not guilty of killing her daughter Kaylee, with the verdict being read on July 5th, 2011.
Did you remember when that happened?
I do.
Like, I, for some reason, was ignorant of the trial and everything until the entire family was up north for the 4th of July, and they were like doing closing arguments and talking about the verdict.
Really?
That's when I heard about it. And I was like, who's Top Mom? What the hell are you guys talking
How
about?
did you miss that?
I
What
do
were you
not know.
doing in 2008?
Working and going to the bar,
How
and
old was I in 2008? Yeah, 24. Eh,
I
I
was
was
hanging out with
still,
you.
yeah, I was gonna say I was still heavily drinking at that
I was
point.
gonna
So
say. We were going to the bar all the
we
time,
were
and
going,
then
we
you
were
heard about it.
lots and lots of bar time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so thanks, Kelly. You know what? Why don't you just like roll us through this movie and I'll just interject with my thoughts.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, so the movie opens up with this, for whatever reason, topless, we'll call her a pilgrim settler, kind of a
Yeah.
topless pilgrim running through the woods being chased by something who don't
Mm,
know what.
mm-hmm.
And of course, because she's in a horror movie, she falls down
Right.
and she's killed by something, and that's the beginning of the movie.
Right.
So, oh, and of course, I saw you noted it. The first words of dialogue.
This is probably the only good part of the movie.
Nice tits, bitch. It's just so stupid.
Like, I'm sorry, but the fact that literally the first line is nice tits, bitch, that says so much about what we're in for with this movie. Oh God, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. My next note was, oh, so this movie is like low
Oh, it
budget.
is low budget. It makes our movie look like blockbuster, I think.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So a
Yeah.
bunch of college kids are going home for Thanksgiving. And dude, The cinematography in this movie needs to like back the fuck up. It is
Oh, for
so
real.
close. I get
Yes.
when they're in a car because they're literally just in the passenger seat because I've been there, know how that's done. But when
Yeah.
they're on the street and they're like right up in somebody's nose, like, dude, take a step back, man. I don't know what the
Yeah.
deal was.
I don't either. There was a like I'm all for a good close up, but that has a time and a place, and I don't think they understood that.
Yeah, no, if there was like a reaction shot, okay, but
Right.
not someone saying about I'm a slut and I let anybody have sex with me with that chick.
Yeah.
That's not when you stick a camera in somebody's
No, no,
face.
we don't need a close up of that.
And the dialogue in this opening scene where there's like five friends and they're all going back to town for Thanksgiving to stay with their families. The dialogue is so bad.
Bro, the dialogue's bad through the whole
The
movie.
whole thing.
The
But
whole fucking movie. It's
which
terrible.
okay, it's a low budget movie. It's probably these people's first movie, which okay. But the fact that two people wrote it and three people are credited with additional dialogue.
Yeah.
The dialogue shouldn't be that. What dialogue did those three people add to the movie if they
Okay,
didn't touch this first scene?
thank you. Also, like, first of all, the writing of the dialogue is terrible. And then on top of that, the delivery of the
The
dialogue is
acting is
terrible.
terrible.
Oh, it's so bad. I saw better acting in Acting One back in community college. Give me a fucking break, pal. I hope they
Ah.
did not get paid for this.
Oh, some of them did. Yes. Yes, they did. Yeah.
I clearly missed my calling because I could have been in an equally bad horror movie,
Uh,
gotten paid for it, and had a better looking IMDb. Moving on.
okay. So some homeless guy's dog pees on a totem pole and unleashes Turkey, uh, who then attacks the dog. That it lets out the spirit of, well, we find that out later. And then we come across the sheriff who has a very fake
Oh
mustache.
my God, it's so fake. And then they zoom in on it, which makes it even worse.
Even
We get a
worse.
close up of his face with the very fake mustache.
Okay, there's a reason why he has it. Well, I don't even know if that's why. But so he's sitting there, he's got a fake mustache. He's being served like shit coffee from his wife who wants a divorce for no reason. There's
Mm-hmm.
just a wife there who says, I'm leaving you. He
Mm-hmm.
goes, oh, and he's obviously a terrible caricature of every
Oh
small
yeah.
town sheriff and every that's the but it's so both over the top and not done well enough all at the same
Right.
time.
Right.
I
It
don't know
just
how
missed the
that's
mark.
possible.
I know
It
it
did.
missed the mark.
Like you see what they're doing, and so it's kind of funny in a oh my God, this is so stupid kind of way.
Yeah.
And I'm like a camp over the top way, and I enjoyed it, but then you're also like, really?
Yeah.
Like the actor did his job, the writer didn't.
Yep. I'm with
That's
you.
yeah.
Yeah, it was actually right before this part that we had the first commercial break in the movie and I think I was 12 minutes into the movie and I was never so happy for a commercial break. I was so happy this was on Tubi. 'Cause-
Okay, so I rented it on iTunes on my laptop and then had a cord where I hooked it up to my TV. And there were no commercials. That and this movie, I swear, was better without commercials.
I feel like that could be said for a lot of movies. I mean, yeah, I think it would really mess up the pacing and everything,
Hmm.
having commercials and everything. I don't think that it's Tubi's commercials, though, that ruin this movie.
Okay,
Um,
let me just say, with Tubi, there is no like scene markers where the commercials are
yeah,
inserted. It's timed.
right.
So it does whatever flow this movie has, it does wreck it
Yeah,
entirely.
I agree with that.
So,
I agree with that. But back to the sheriff. So, like, the dad sheriff, why is he so southern? Because honestly, I thought up until this point that they were in like the Midwest, because there's like
me
a
too.
shitload of corn. I thought they were in like Iowa or something.
Because all small town sheriffs are Southern.
Even
That's
when you're in
why.
like fucking Michigan. Like,
Yes.
what?
He was like one step away from being Foghorn
Like,
Leghorn.
for real. Oh my
I
God.
say, son, where are you with my daughter? That's my
So, and he's the only one with the
the
accent.
only one.
That was that was a choice.
It was.
That was a choice. All right.
So the kids on their way home, they break down and they decide to camp out, you know. while the car cools down and have a little party. Okay, but they all have cell phones. Why don't they just call their dad, who's a sheriff, and say, "Hey, come pick me up"?
Yeah, you know.
Other than plot.
Mm-hmm.
So they're around the fireplace, and the nerdy kid tells them the legend of ThanksKilling about how at the first Thanksgiving, that happened, and then the pilgrims started screwing over the Indians, and an Indian shaman did something, and he was put into a turkey.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you really need to know.
Right.
So it's the spirit of an Indian shaman trapped inside a turkey puppet. Is the
Yep.
turkey supposed to be a puppet, or is it just a turkey that is just cheap?
Oh, I'm positive that it's just cheap and that's
Okay.
probably all they could afford.
Uh,
And for some reason, I don't know why, but that made it a little bit better for me. That was actually kind of funny that it was just
hmm
very obviously a hand puppet.
A hand puppet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so the main girl is like wandering around the forest and Turkey runs by her. And she comes back. They don't believe that she's telling the truth that she saw the Thanksgiving turkey. And
Mm-hmm.
even when a rabbit is thrown into the fire and they was pecked to death, it looks by turkey bakes. I mean, like they still are like, yeah, whatever, this isn't true. Like,
Right.
but so the teens go home. Turkey bums a ride with somebody else who picks him up. But the guy propositions it. It's stupid. It's so dumb. So he shoots the
Yeah.
guy in the head.
The
Oh,
turkey shoots the
yes,
guy in the head. Let's be
yes.
specific about this. We
So
the turkey shoots the guy in the head.
the guy picks up a turkey and says, "I'll only give you a ride if you blow me." And he starts to do it, but instead shoots the guy in the head.
Uh-huh.
So that's the movie. That's around then. I'm not gonna lie. That's when I was all in on the stupidity the first
That's
time I saw
fucking
this movie.
hilarious because this is about when I checked out. I was like, we are
Or
not
like,
the same, pal. You and
oh,
I, we are
like when I
not the
watched
same.
this, I was like, the only thing that would make it better is if he had a wig on.
The turkey?
If he got picked up because he was wearing like this red or a blonde
Okay, that would
wig,
have actually been really funny.
right?
Uh, that maybe would have kept me there if he had a wig on.
And
That
then he
actually
rips
would
it
have
off,
been so
shoots the
funny.
guy in the head. That would
I
have
just
been.
keep picturing it.
Oh,
Is it a red wig? Because that's what I'm
yes.
seeing. Okay. Like parted to the side. Like I can say
I'm picturing like an 80s, like southern, like
that
almost
is
like a
yes.
Dolly Parton red wig. That's kind of what I'm.
Yes, that's what I'm seeing.
Oh
Okay. Oh,
shit.
they really missed it, man. Okay.
Okay, so so all the kids make it home. Johnny, the jock, has a heart to heart with his dad, finally gets the love and respect he's always wanted, and then Turkey shows up out of nowhere and cuts his head off. And his mom's throat but this is when everything starts to turn into a horror movie. Oh. So then it flashes to Tracy, who is the slut of the group, and she's like having a random hookup. The turkey kills the guy and then has sex with her.
Yep.
You don't really care how. It just happens.
Yeah. And
So
she doesn't know.
she does
She
it.
doesn't she doesn't know that that it's the turkey.
Uh, nope.
No.
Which is funny because later in the movie they find a tiny, when I say tiny, I mean tiny turkey condom wrapper, which is so dumb, but hilarious at the same time. Oh, see, I enjoy this movie.
That's fantastic. I'm happy for you.
Oh, oh, whew.
So where we at?
Yeah. Um, for whatever reason, they decide all of the three remaining kids go to Tracy's house after she's been killed. They find her dead body with a bloody turkey feather and the used condom wrapper with an extra small gravy flavored condom. That's it for me.
Mm.
Oh, so the sheriff dad answers the door. I think he's won a contest. So he puts on a giant turkey costume, and when Turkey knocks at the door in a disguise asking for Christy, he invites him in for the most awkward cup of coffee ever.
This is the stupidest fucking thing. Like, watching the turkey sit at the fucking table with the dad sheriff with the bad mustache wearing a turkey costume. What?
Oh,
Okay, go ahead.
which that might actually be my favorite scene in the entire movie. It's just
I
it
mean,
may
it
have
caught my attention.
it may be the best acted scene in the
For
whole
real. For real.
because he's like the turkey is trying to be chill because he's really there to kill the kids, but the police officer kept saying things that's annoying him. So he's like, "Okay, I'll see you later," and he says like one thing. He's like, "Oh, why'd you have to say that?" So you know the guy's gonna die. So they get to the house, and Turkey is wearing the sheriff's face like a mask, but he's
Which was a
still
really nice throwback to Texas Chainsaw
yes,
Massacre.
but he's still only a 2 foot turkey. Like everyone has to bend down to talk to him when the
And
kids
of
come
course,
over.
the daughter doesn't know.
Like, hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad.
And the face still has the fake. Like, all they
That's,
really needed to do was to take the fake mustache off of him and put it on the turkey, and that would
yeah,
have. But I don't think it would have been as funny.
it wouldn't have had the effect.
Yeah. So they're going through the dad's library, which is really just a garage with like 6 boxes in it, and a research montage pops up, and evidently there are French fries in this random garage because
Uh-huh.
Billy has to eat. They figure out how to kill the turkey, and that he's not actually the sheriff.
Mm.
And then, so for whatever reason, they like scatter. And Billy is like exhausted, not exhausted. He's starving as he's walking home. And he has this like cartoon vision of like a cooked turkey when you look at your best friend and you're starving and they turn into a cooked turkey. So he
Hmm.
picks up a cartoon turkey and eats it. And then the turkey bursts through his rib cage like Alien,
Yep.
which I kind of enjoyed that kill. I can tell you're not impressed.
I didn't really understand like the weird close-up of like the redneck's guts that were like really poorly constructed
Hmm.
after he dies. I again it was just like the weird close-up. I mean the death it was nice, a nice nod to
Alien. Yeah, I
Alien.
could have done without that weird ass flashback that happened when they do find him, when the nerd finds
Yeah.
him.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think at this point in the movie, like, I'm gonna tell you about the thoughts that I was thinking about instead of watching the movie. I was wondering if the Chiefs won. I was Googling how to make pumpkin pie from scratch because I was craving pumpkin pie. I Googled good gifts for tweens, for Christmas. And then I had the thought that that one guy looks like, the dude from Night at the Roxbury and Michael Keaton's love child with a scotch of Jersey Shore. So that's what I was doing at this point in the movie.
Oh,
So tell
oh,
me
that's
some
funny.
more.
That's so. They figure out that you got to destroy the totem and then you can kill the turkey, and they do that. And then there's something about nuclear waste, and I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to take a note on how the movie actually ends after they kill the turkey.
Okay, so Johnny stabs the turkey. It ends up attacking Johnny. Turkey is set on fire by the girl, and it ends with her eating a turkey leg while watching the fire. And like some weird random like redneck who now only has one eye and he's wearing a patch, being like, "Good job, girl."
Oh yeah, that's the
Um,
homeless guy who had the dog.
Yeah. So then there's a family that's praying over a turkey at Thanksgiving dinner, and the roasted turkey comes alive and says something about smelling a sequel, and then the credits start to roll and it says to be continued in space.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh.
That's how the movie ends. And the only reason I watched the ending of that movie is because you said you didn't take a note on it. And then my very last note is I can't believe you made me watch that.
Yeah.
I feel like you owe me money or something
It's like
after
I feel like you get to pick the next 2 or 3 movies.
that. Oh, Michael, I think that was the worst movie I've ever watched.
See? And
At one
I
point, Dave's like, "Are you even watching?" I was like, "Why? Like, why?" No, no, I'm Googling shit at this point.
So you would not recommend people watch
No.
this?
God, no. This isn't, to me, this isn't even like a fun, like we were talking about. This doesn't qualify as like, oh, it's so bad that it's great or it's so bad that it's funny. Like, no, this is just bad. And like, I'm honestly concerned about these people. Like, I don't know if like they took this that seriously, where they're like, this is going to be one of those movies that's so bad that it's going to be good and it's going to create like a cult following or something, like on the down low. Because I feel really bad for them if that's what their goal was, because man, did they miss it, in my opinion.
You know, nobody would distribute this movie for the longest time.
Oh, fuck no.
So they sold DVDs on their own through Amazon. Took them like a year to sell 1,000 of them, which I'm not surprised.
I
Actually, I'm
mean,
surprised they sold them all in a year.
me too, but also kudos to them for going so hard for it.
They got it in a festival,
Okay, good
and
for
it kind
them.
of took off. And then round that time, you didn't have to have any kind of theater release. You just had to apply, and you could get your movie on iTunes and
Oh, good
Amazon
for
because they just
them.
wanted content so that people would go on and rent it and they could make money.
Yeah,
Kind of like, anybody could get a show on Netflix there for a
right,
while.
right.
Yeah. So,
Okay, well, good for them.
you have any trivia?
Yeah, thanks to you. Well, this movie was shot over 11 days with a budget of only $3,000.
It seems high, but okay.
I mean, shocker. The villain doesn't actually have a name. The creators couldn't settle on one that they liked, so they just called him Turkey. When it came time to make the sequel, they changed it to Turkey with an IE. Um, This movie garnered so much what? This movie garnered so much positive word of mouth that a sequel was made with a budget of $112,248, which was raised through Kickstarter. And the adult actress Wanda Lust stated that of all the things I've appeared in film for, this is the only one I regret.
Which that tracks.
I mean, can you blame her? Okay, so tell me, is there any sort of legacy with this
Yes.
movie?
Yes, there
Stop it,
is.
there is not.
It spawned a sequel entitled ThanksKilling 3 in 2012, and a musical version was created, premiering in Seattle in 2013, which made its official off-Broadway debut in 2014.
Oh my God.
Oh, it is touring still to this day.
That is hilarious. Stop.
Oh, so do
Yeah.
you think this movie holds up?
No. No.
Although, to be fair, it's just as bad as it was now as it was then.
I guess
So,
that part holds up.
ah,
Oh my God, I'm
I
picking the
think
next movie.
I
I'm picking
said
movies for
that.
the entire month of December. Fuck you, man. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble, bitch. Never miss an episode. Make sure you subscribe to Flashback Recap on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at flashback_recap and Twitter at flashback recap.
Or send us an email. We're flashbackrecappodcast@gmail.com.
Wait, are we done?
I think so.
Okay.